You're a giver. That's good. And you want to give to charity. What are some ways to donate that will make the most of your dollars? Certified financial planner Jim Lineweaver is being generous with his time to tell us about a tax-saving tool for charitable giving. Jim is with the Lineweaver Financial Group. Okay, welcome again.
Thank you.
Now, there's a few ways to donate money. Direct gifting, creating a foundation, all this different, but you have a different idea. What's wrong with just the normal, everyday, tried and true method everybody uses?
Well, you can, and as long as it's just a gift right there for you, just cut it to your church, whatever you want to do, that's fine. But if you're really trying to create a legacy or get other people involved, you know, and really try to maybe establish a foundation, so this has maybe a legacy for a couple generations, then you really want to look at some other type of structure. So, I mean, if you have multi-millions of dollars, you can set up a foundation, but they're very complicated and they take a long time. You have to get attorneys involved, you have to do tax filings, you have to meet certain IRS rules and regulations, you got to establish that it's a true charity so you're not actually paying taxes on all this money and gains. It's very complicated.
Oh, long list of things,
very
it sounds like.
Yeah,
so I get it. It's setting up a private foundation like that takes a lot of work, time, fair amount of money.
Yes.
It better be worth it. So what is this other option that you suggest?
Yeah, if you don't have multi-millions of dollars, as most of us don't have, what ends up occurring is that you can set up a donor-advised fund. And what it allows you to do is still contribute money, still have the money go to a charity, and there's also some tax benefits along the way, just like it would be through the normal foundation.
Oh, all right. So it's called a donor-advised fund. So tell us a little bit more details about how that works.
Okay, so what happens is normally when you have assets that kind of appreciate in value, those are some of the best things to do. Like we talked about a couple weeks ago, how you can get a step-up in basis, or in this case, you could donate money to charity. If they sell a highly appreciated stock where they're normally a gain, they won't pay any taxes on that. So you can get a benefit of the high value of the gift going to the charity, and the charity can receive the full donation because they won't pay any taxes on that gain.
Oh.
So once that money physically gets to the donor-advised fund, then you still have a little bit of control over that. You're just not giving it to them and they're like a mutual fund, they'll just invest it however they want. You physically have some ability to still say, I'd like to still direct this money to some of these charities within reason. They want to make sure they're legit charities and things, but the good thing about a donor-advised fund is you still have a little bit of control over that money that you gift without giving up any of the deductions.
All right, and you mentioned some good tax savings there. Give us a little bit more detail about that tax savings.
Okay, so like what we had talked about before a couple weeks ago, let's say you had $100,000 in a stock, the cost basis was only $20,000. If you sold it, you'd have to pay a tax capital gain on $80,000 to eventually get your $100,000 to the charity. You could instead of netting out all that tax, you could still just give them the full stock. They'll sell it for $100,000. You get the full deduction on your taxes.
You're deducting what it's really worth.
You get the full $100,000, and they get to invest the full $100,000 because they don't have to pay any taxes because they're a nonprofit.
So they don't pay that capital gains tax on the $80,000. That sounds like a good thing. So how can we learn more about this?
Well, there's several websites that you can go to, and some were established right here in Ohio. And one was based on the Cleveland Foundation, so they can log on to www.clevelandfoundation.org and select donor fund types inside. There's in a wide variety. They can log on to the IRS website, or they can also give us our office a call if they'd like more information.
All right. Always, as you always give us, good information. And giving to charity, well, is charitable. It's a charitable thing to do. But there's no reason why you should have to pay taxes on the dollars you donate. And with a donor-advised fund, you can avoid taxes and keep more of your money, which means you can donate even more money. You save, the charity saves. So for more details about this charitable tool, give Jim a call. His number is next.
For more information, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or click to www.lineweaver.net. Next, wishing you well.